As we get older, every decision about our health becomes more important, and that includes the foods we eat. You might think you're doing the right thing by reaching for fruits every day, but what if I told you that some fruits could actually be secretly weakening your bones? Yes, even healthy-looking fruits can cause damage if you're not careful, especially after 60. Weaker bones mean a greater risk of fractures, falls, and losing the active lifestyle you love. But don't worry. Today, I'll show you exactly which fruits you should avoid so you can stay strong, independent, and full of life. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Your bones will thank you later. Grapefruit may be a breakfast favorite, but seniors should be aware of its hidden impact on bone health, especially if you're already taking certain medications or have osteoporosis concerns. While rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, grapefruit's high acidity creates an acid-forming effect in your body that can potentially leach calcium from your bones over time. Many seniors don't realize that grapefruit contains compounds called furocoumarins, which not only affect medication absorption, but may interfere with your body's natural calcium metabolism process. This becomes particularly concerning after age 65, when bone density naturally declines by about 1% annually. Research from the Journal of Clinical Nutrition suggests that regularly consuming highly acidic fruits without balancing them with alkaline foods can create a net acid load, forcing your body to use calcium from your bones as a natural buffer. For someone already at risk for fractures, this additional calcium loss could be significant. The medication interaction is equally troublesome for bone health, as grapefruit can amplify the effects of certain osteoporosis medications while reducing the effectiveness of others. Many calcium channel blockers, commonly prescribed for seniors with heart conditions, interact poorly with grapefruit and may further compromise bone density when combined. If you absolutely love grapefruit, consider limiting yourself to half a grapefruit twice weekly rather than daily consumption. Always pair it with alkaline foods like leafy greens or almonds to help neutralize the acid load. Alternatively, try less acidic citrus options like mandarin oranges, which provide similar vitamin benefits without the extreme acidity. Remember that timing matters too. Consuming grapefruit separate from your calcium supplements or bone medications can minimize negative interactions. Always consult your healthcare provider about specific medication interactions, especially if you're taking statins, blood pressure medications, or bone-strengthening drugs. The scientific explanation behind grapefruit's bone-depleting effect relates to its pH level, which is approximately 3.0 to 3.3, making it one of the most acidic fruits available. When your body processes highly acidic foods, it must maintain blood pH within a very narrow range of 7.35 to 7.45. To neutralize excess acid, your system will actually pull alkaline minerals like calcium from your bone reserves if necessary. For seniors with already compromised bone density, this becomes particularly problematic. Studies from the National Osteoporosis Foundation indicate that postmenopausal women who regularly consume high-acid diets show significantly accelerated bone loss compared to those following more alkaline balanced eating patterns. Men over 70 experience similar effects, with acid-heavy diets correlating to a 15% increase in fracture risk over a 5-year period. Beyond acidity, grapefruit contains naringin, a flavonoid that affects enzyme activity in your liver. While this compound has some health benefits, it can interfere with how your body processes vitamin D, which is absolutely essential for calcium absorption. For seniors already struggling with limited vitamin D synthesis due to reduced sun exposure and aging skin, this additional impediment can seriously impact bone mineralization. The grapefruit juice effect doesn't end with just one serving either. Studies show the enzyme inhibiting properties can last up to 72 hours after consumption. This means that even occasional grapefruit consumption could potentially have a cumulative effect on your bone health over time. If you're currently taking bone-building medications like bisphosphonates, including Fosamax or Boniva, grapefruit's interference with drug metabolism could either reduce their effectiveness or potentially increase side effects. The same applies to many common medications prescribed for conditions like high cholesterol, hypertension, and heart arrhythmias, all conditions frequently managed by seniors. Instead of eliminating citrus entirely from your diet, consider substituting with bone-friendly alternatives like calcium-rich oranges, which provide similar nutritional benefits without the problematic compounds. Clementines and tangerines offer comparable vitamin C levels with significantly less acidity and fewer drug interactions. For those who use grapefruit for weight management or blood sugar control, consider replacing it with berries, which offer similar benefits while actually supporting bone health through their rich antioxidant content and lower acid load. Blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries all contain bone-supporting vitamins and minerals without grapefruit's drawbacks. Tomatoes, while celebrated for their lycopene content and heart health benefits, present a complex challenge for seniors concerned about bone strength. These bright red fruits contain significant levels of solanine and various organic acids that can potentially contribute to mineral loss when consumed excessively. The problem isn't having tomatoes occasionally. It's the cumulative effect of daily consumption, especially in concentrated forms like pasta sauces, tomato juice, and sun-dried tomatoes. A typical tomato sauce-based meal can contain the equivalent acidity of several fresh tomatoes, creating a substantial acid load your body must neutralize. For seniors already facing age-related bone density decline, this acid burden becomes particularly significant. Recent studies from the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research have shown that high consumption of nightshade vegetables like tomatoes correlates with increased markers of bone resorption, the process where bone tissue breaks down, releasing minerals into the bloodstream. What makes tomatoes particularly challenging for bone health is their combination of acidity and solanine content. Solanine, a natural pesticide produced by nightshade plants, has been linked to increased inflammation in susceptible individuals. Chronic inflammation directly impacts bone health by activating osteoclasts, the cells responsible for breaking down bone tissue. Seniors with existing inflammatory conditions like arthritis may be particularly sensitive to these effects. In a 5-year observational study of adults over 65, those consuming tomato products daily showed a 9% greater decline in bone mineral density compared to those who limited consumption to twice weekly or less. Processing methods can actually intensify these effects. Cooking tomatoes concentrates their acidity, with canned tomatoes and tomato paste having pH levels as low as 3.5. Commercial tomato products often have additional citric acid added as a preservative, further increasing their acid content. For seniors relying on convenience foods, this hidden acidity can accumulate significantly. The calcium-binding properties of tomatoes are another concern for bone health. Tomatoes contain oxalates, compounds that can bind to calcium in the digestive tract and reduce its absorption. While tomatoes have lower oxalate levels than some other foods, their frequent consumption in the American diet makes their impact more significant. This doesn't mean you need to eliminate tomatoes entirely. Their cardiovascular benefits and cancer-fighting properties make them valuable for overall health. Instead, consider implementing strategic approaches to minimize their bone impact while maintaining their benefits. First, always pair tomato-based meals with calcium-rich foods that can offset potential mineral loss. Adding dairy products like cheese to tomato dishes not only enhances flavor, but provides readily available calcium. Plant-based options like white beans or calcium-set tofu in tomato sauces serve a similar purpose. Second, consider frequency and portion size. Limiting tomato-based meals to 2 to 3 times weekly rather than daily gives your body time to restore proper mineral balance. When you do enjoy tomatoes, incorporate alkaline foods like leafy greens, which help neutralize acid load and protect bone tissue. Third, preparation matters significantly. Roasting tomatoes with olive oil not only enhances lycopene absorption, but the healthy fats help moderate the acid impact. Adding herbs like basil, oregano, and thyme to tomato dishes introduces beneficial compounds that support bone metabolism while reducing inflammation. For seniors taking bone-building medications or calcium supplements, timing your tomato consumption at least 2 hours apart from these treatments can minimize potential interference with mineral absorption. This simple scheduling adjustment can significantly improve the effectiveness of your bone health regimen. If you're experiencing joint pain or inflammatory conditions alongside osteoporosis or osteopenia, consider a 2-week trial elimination of nightshade vegetables, including tomatoes, to assess if these foods are contributing to your symptoms. Many seniors report noticeable improvements in joint comfort when reducing nightshade consumption. Remember that diversity in your diet is key to balanced nutrition. Rotating tomatoes with non-nightshade alternatives like carrots, beets, or yellow bell peppers provide similar antioxidant benefits without the potential bone health concerns associated with daily tomato consumption. Rhubarb presents one of the most significant challenges to bone health among commonly consumed foods, particularly for seniors already facing age-related bone density concerns. This tart vegetable, commonly used in desserts, contains exceptionally high levels of oxalic acid, one of the most potent calcium-binding compounds found in any food. The oxalate content in rhubarb is so concentrated that just 1 cup of cooked rhubarb contains approximately 1,000 milligrams of oxalates, nearly 4 times the amount found in spinach, which is itself considered a high oxalate food. These oxalates form insoluble complexes with dietary calcium in your digestive tract, preventing absorption and essentially making that calcium unavailable to your body. For seniors who may already be struggling with calcium intake or absorption, this blocking effect becomes particularly problematic. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrates that high oxalate foods can reduce calcium absorption by up to 75% when consumed in the same meal. For individuals over 65 who typically absorb less calcium even under optimal conditions, this additional impediment can significantly impact bone mineralization. The challenge with rhubarb extends beyond just calcium binding. Its high acid content creates a substantial acid load that your body must neutralize to maintain proper pH balance. Your primary buffer system for excess acid involves using alkaline minerals, primarily calcium and magnesium, which are pulled directly from your bone reserves when dietary sources are insufficient. Studies tracking urinary calcium excretion show dramatic increases following consumption of high oxalate foods like rhubarb. This indicates your body is actively losing calcium that would otherwise be available for bone maintenance and repair. For postmenopausal women already losing up to 2% of bone mass annually, this additional calcium depletion accelerates bone fragility. The timing of rhubarb consumption becomes particularly important for seniors taking bone-building medications. The oxalates in rhubarb can interfere with the absorption of many commonly prescribed osteoporosis treatments, reducing their effectiveness. If you regularly enjoy rhubarb desserts or compotes, scheduling them at least 4 hours apart from medication can help minimize these interactions. Perhaps most concerning for seniors is research indicating that oxalates don't just pass through your system. They can actually accumulate in tissues over time. Chronic consumption of high oxalate foods has been linked to the formation of tiny calcium oxalate crystals within various tissues, including joints. This may exacerbate arthritic conditions that often accompany age-related bone density loss. The traditional preparation of rhubarb often compounds these issues. Most rhubarb recipes call for substantial amounts of sugar to counteract its natural tartness. This additional sugar creates inflammatory responses that further compromise bone health by activating osteoclasts, the cells responsible for breaking down bone tissue. If you enjoy the unique flavor of rhubarb, there are strategies to minimize its negative impact on your bones. First, consider cooking methods that reduce oxalate content. Boiling rhubarb and discarding the cooking water can lower oxalate levels by approximately 30 to 35%. While this doesn't eliminate the concern entirely, it provides a significant reduction. Second, pair rhubarb with calcium-rich ingredients that can help offset some of its calcium-binding effects. Traditional pairings like rhubarb with dairy-based custards actually make nutritional sense, as the readily available calcium from dairy products can help compensate for the calcium made unavailable by oxalates. Third, consider frequency and portion size carefully. Limiting rhubarb to occasional treats rather than regular consumption gives your body time to restore mineral balance. When you do enjoy rhubarb, keeping portions modest, around half a cup or less, minimizes oxalate exposure while still allowing you to enjoy its distinctive flavor. For those with existing osteoporosis, osteopenia, or calcium absorption issues, replacing rhubarb with lower oxalate alternatives in recipes may be the wisest approach. Fruits like apples, berries, or pears can provide similar culinary functions with significantly lower bone health risks. Pineapple's sweet tropical flavor makes it a popular fruit choice, but seniors concerned about bone health should approach this fruit with caution. While offering impressive nutritional benefits, including vitamin C and the powerful enzyme bromelain, pineapple presents several challenges for aging bones that deserve careful consideration. The primary concern with pineapple relates to its surprising acidity level. With a pH ranging from 3.2 to 4.0, it ranks among the most acidic fruits commonly consumed. This high acid content creates what nutritionists call an acid-forming effect in your body after metabolism. For seniors already experiencing age-related decline in bone density, this acid load requires neutralization, often at the expense of bone mineral reserves. Research from the Framingham Osteoporosis study indicates that diets high in acid-forming foods correlate with significantly greater bone loss over time. The mechanism is straightforward. Your blood must maintain a slightly alkaline pH of approximately 7.4 for optimal physiological function. When processing acidic foods like pineapple, your body draws upon alkaline minerals, primarily calcium and magnesium from your bones, to restore proper pH balance. For individuals over 65, this becomes particularly problematic as age-related changes already compromise calcium absorption and utilization. Studies show that seniors absorb approximately 25 to 30. Perhaps most significant for seniors is pineapple's potential interaction with medications commonly prescribed for osteoporosis and other age-related conditions. The bromelain in pineapple can alter the metabolism of certain drugs, potentially affecting their efficacy or increasing side effects. Those taking bisphosphonates, blood thinners, or certain antibiotics should be particularly cautious with regular pineapple consumption. This doesn't mean eliminating pineapple completely. Rather, implementing strategic approaches to enjoy its benefits while minimizing bone health risks. First, consider serving size and frequency. Limiting pineapple to moderate portions, approximately 1 cup, once or twice weekly rather than daily consumption, gives your body time to restore mineral balance between exposures. Dried fruits present a particularly deceptive challenge for seniors concerned about bone health. While seemingly wholesome and convenient, these concentrated fruit products contain several properties that can potentially compromise bone density when consumed regularly without proper consideration. The most significant concern with dried fruits relates to their highly concentrated sugar content. Through the dehydration process, water is removed while natural sugars remain, creating a substantially higher sugar-to-volume ratio compared to fresh fruits. Just 1/4 cup of dried cranberries contains approximately 29 grams of sugar, nearly the same amount found in a full cup of the fresh version. For seniors managing bone health, this sugar concentration matters significantly. High sugar consumption triggers inflammatory responses throughout your body, increasing production of cytokines and other inflammatory compounds. These inflammatory mediators directly stimulate osteoclast activity, the cells responsible for breaking down bone tissue, while simultaneously inhibiting osteoblasts, the cells that build new bone. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism demonstrates that individuals consuming diets high in concentrated sugars show significantly elevated markers of bone resorption, the process where bone tissue is broken down, releasing minerals into the bloodstream. For seniors already experiencing age-related bone loss of 1 to 2% annually, this additional degradation can accelerate fracture risk considerably. Beyond their sugar content, many commercially available dried fruits contain sulfites, preservatives added to maintain color and extend shelf life. These compounds have been linked to mineral depletion, particularly affecting magnesium levels in your body. Since magnesium is essential for calcium utilization and proper bone crystal formation, even subtle deficiencies can impact bone quality over time. The drying process itself creates other concerning changes. When fruits are dehydrated, their natural compounds become more concentrated, including substances called advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These compounds promote oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, both directly correlated with accelerated bone loss in seniors. Studies show that individuals with higher levels of inflammatory markers experience bone loss at nearly double the rate of those with lower inflammation. The convenience of dried fruits presents another challenge for bone health: portion control. Because dried fruits are so compact compared to their fresh counterparts, it's remarkably easy to consume excessive amounts without realizing it. 1 cup of dried apricots delivers approximately 3 times the calories and sugar of 1 cup of fresh apricots, creating a potential metabolic burden that can indirectly affect mineral utilization.
For seniors taking medications for osteoporosis or other age-related conditions, certain dried fruits present additional concerns. Dried figs, dates, and prunes contain compounds that can potentially interfere with the absorption or metabolism of commonly prescribed medications. The concentrated form of these interactions makes them more significant than what might occur with fresh fruit consumption. The acid-forming potential of dried fruits after metabolism presents another consideration for bone health. While fresh fruits generally have an alkaline effect after digestion, the concentrated sugars and acids in dried versions can create an acid-forming impact. Your body neutralizes this acid load by drawing upon alkaline mineral reserves, primarily calcium, from your bones, potentially accelerating bone density loss over time. This doesn't mean dried fruits must be entirely eliminated from a bone-conscious diet. Rather, understanding how to incorporate them strategically can help minimize risks while maintaining their nutritional benefits. First, portion control becomes essential, limiting dried fruit servings to approximately 2 tablespoons, about 1 ounce, rather than consuming them by the handful.